sort of have always felt like, Beethoven is one of those artists who can't really be ignored. Sort of saying, Beethoven, he really has nothing to do with me, it just seems improbable. And so I sort of, did think that if you asked a diverse group of composers to write music that in some way, nebulous, undefined way, related to Beethoven, then the results might be interesting. And so I'm really happy to say that that's turned out to be very much the case.
Actually, for me, one of the biggest challenges of writing this piece was writing it very specifically for Jonathan, because he's a very particular kind of pianist and artist, and so deeply thoughtful and intellectual, and the imprint of the person that you're writing for becomes part of the piece, which is also a hint of the title, Watermark. The little hidden Easter eggs all over. If you listen closely, some of them are more subtle. The first thing I did was take the opening theme of the first movement of Beethoven, which is like bum bum ba da dun dun dun, just kind of in a raw way outlines the triad, and just softened it into this other kind of melody. But there are times in the piece where you don't know where you are, and then the Beethoven will explode out of it. And there's like 8 bars that are exactly Beethoven. So I kind of want someone to be in the hall, kind of forgetting where they are, and then realize, oh, wait a second, am I listening to Beethoven or am I listening to something from 2019? And to blend those worlds as if you're kind of opening a different door that you didn't know existed. Dream, memory, and a surprise. It sounds like when you have a dream and it's like, oh, I was seeing my second grade teacher in this room, but it wasn't quite the room and it wasn't quite the person. That sense of the way that memory distorts.
A sense of discovery. The second movement, for example, which I think is so fascinating, is about very, very gradually finding its way towards a fragment of the Beethoven. The 2 bars in the Beethoven are... Right, and the piano begins playing this kind of reverie of just... and then repeats it again and again with a sort of slightly different flavor, I would say, each time. And then bit by bit, like the fragment starts to take focus. Finally, it leads actually to a destination. And then finally, bit by bit, the orchestra enters with, that. And then this finally gives us the answer that comes in the Beethoven. And when Caroline and I were talking about the piece just shortly after you finished it, I think, she said that she was trying to write the writing process. Bit by bit, we find our way towards the Beethoven. There's also wonderful moments in the piece which begin with the Beethoven, and then they kind of go off the rails a little bit. And so there's this sense of playing with something existing, which is really kind of magical.